Campaign videos like this from Childline, which is run by the UK's National Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Children, the NSPCC, have been used to explain to children what emotional abuse is. But prosecuting those accused of child emotional abuse and neglect has been a difficult task, as it isn't covered by UK legislation.
We believe that the 1933 legislation, which governs physical neglect and abuse, needs to be updated to include emotional abuse and emotional neglect. And we think a reform in the law will help social workers and others who work with children to better protect children.
Now, a new law dubbed the Cinderella Law, which would make emotional abuse a crime, has been promised by the government in the Queen's speech, which is an announcement of laws the UK's coalition government hopes to pass before the next election. Although this is seen as a victory for those who've been campaigning for the law, others believe that it could put more pressure on parents, with some suggesting that the lines between discipline and abuse may become blurred. Children's charities, however, disagree.
And when we talk about emotional abuse and emotional neglect, what we're talking about is the kind of harm that children experience on a persistent basis, day in and day out. We're not talking about parents denying their children the latest gadgets or trainers or things like that. What we're talking about is children being systematically abused.
The number of child emotional abuse claims went up last year in the UK by 50%. It's hoped that if this law is passed before the 2015 election, it will act as a preventative measure and those numbers will go down. Natalie Powell, London.
Know more. ENCA.com